Hi everybody, I just recorded the video where I was talking about my thoughts on blue-white-red / Jeskai Geist in the new modern meta post Khans of Tarkir, and I just decided that I really wanted to play the deck and give it a shot with some of the new changes, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Here we go. I did make one small change already that I didn't include in the video, and that was I actually dropped another path for Forked Bolt, just anticipating that there's so much blue-red Delver. Maybe that's too much, but I thought, you know what, we're in the business of just learning here, so we're going to give it a try. Anyway, we have an opponent. We're in a modern two-man. We won the die roll. We're going to play first. Depending, you know, if we were going against a control matchup, I feel like this deck would be fine. It's just, it is kind of slow. However, I mean, we do have removal and we have lands, so while it is a bit slow, I don't think we want to mulligan. Meaning, not that it's slow, it just doesn't have a lot of action. But we're going to go ahead and keep it. We do have a bolt. So because there is so much blue-red Delver right now, and we have 1, 2, 3 lands that we can play untapped, I'm actually going to go ahead and I don't always do this, but I'm going to avoid playing a, you know, actually we don't have another follow-up play. I don't know that it really matters. I am going to go ahead and lead with the Colonnade. I was advocating for a moment playing the Arid Mesa in case I wanted to get a mountain and like bolt to turn 1 Delver, but like we're not doing much else anyway. It actually would have been quite a bit better in this case because we could, I probably actually should have done it, and just not worried so much about getting the Colonnades out, because we had 3 lands that we could have played untapped, and what would have happened just there is I could have gotten a mountain, bolted the bird, untapped, and then held up Remand. As it stands now, I'm going to have to bolt the bird. Actually, you know, I don't really need to bolt the bird. I could just let him play whatever it is he's going to play, and as long as he's not playing a 1-mana dork, I guess we can. Looks like voice. So we're just going to get a mountain, and we're going to remand the Voice of Resurgence. Yeah, and then we're going to actually just use this Flooded Strand. Love drawing Geist to get an island. Now, Voice is going to come into play and block Geist. But next turn, actually, if we really wanted to, we could actually kill the Voice token, kill the bird, still draw a card, and then swing through. Now, it may just be that he's going to opt to resolve a... He may just decide to resolve a Kitchen Finks instead. He may resolve... If he has another land, he may just play a land, play a pod, sack Birds of Paradise. Although he's got a voice, so I'm not sure that he wants to do that, because I think that's the only thing he can pot up into from a Birds. Wall of Roots is 3? I can't remember. 2. I can't remember right now. So if he's got a pod, he's probably thinking like, do I just play this land and play this pod and do that? Or maybe he's thinking, well, maybe I'll just replay the Voice and then have a blocker for guys. So he's clearly, has some lines to think about. I mean, I don't know what his hand is. Maybe he's got something crazy. Maybe he's gonna go land and he's gonna double Voice. Seems unlikely. If you see the life flash, then he's definitely playing a pod. That's a big one. So it's really awkward because we can use 2 spells to get rid of this thing. But we can actually Electrolyze the bird and Linvala, and then just bolt Linvala for the rest. So I think that's what we're going to do. So we spent 2 cards, but one of them replaced themselves, so maybe it wasn't that bad. Okay. So opponent's at 13. We do have a path now for this voice, which is great. We're going to path, voice, and then swing. And, oh, this is great. And we have a Remand up. Let's see. So we have a path for white, a couple blue. Yeah, we can play this Colonnade without concern of our mana base. And we also have a Lightning Helix. Looking pretty good. We're just going to play the Colonnade now. And then go to combat. Swing at the attacker step. And then probably Remand. If he plays a Mana Dork, we're not going to Remand it. But if he plays anything that could be a reasonable blocker, we definitely will. What we really don't want to see is, I mean, there's a lot of things we probably don't want to see, but a Kitchen Finks would be annoying. A Kitchen Finks in a land, yeah, because we can Remand Finks. Let's see, what is this? This is 4. Siege Rhino. Well, that's fine. We're just going to Remand that as planned. And so now he's even if he has a block, as long as he doesn't gain life, even if he comes up with a blocker, he's dead to an Angel. And, well, now he's just really dead. So we're just going to go ahead and Helix now. Okay, so against Pod, Pod does run removal for Baneslayer Angel. It might be possible that they... Let's see, they run what I'm getting is he may have decided, oh, these slaughter packs are terrible because this guy's playing Geist and he's going to take them out. In which case Baneslayer would be sweet. He may not even be thinking about Baneslayer, but you know, in all actuality, he's probably leaving them in. He's probably going to put us on Restoration Angel. And this is the one matchup in my video about, you know, what card should we be playing in Blue or Red Geist post Concept Tarkir. This is the one I said, well, Baneslayer Angel looks amazing against Delver. And, well, not amazing. The tempo side is bad, but all of these blue-red decks and burn decks and affinity decks, they can't kill Baneslayer Angel. Baneslayer Angel's too slow, probably, against affinity. But regardless, a lot of the popular decks right now aren't running, you know, ways to really kill a Baneslayer, so it seems like it could be good in the meta. This deck, however, has potential to actually kill a Baneslayer Angel, so maybe we don't want to bring it in. I mean, we could try. Let's see what we have. We know we're going to bring in the Aven Mindcensor. We know we're going to bring in the Magma Spray. And normally we'd bring in the 3rd Aven Mindcensor, and we would probably get rid of these Vendilion Cliques, primarily because they're just not great in this matchup. They don't really swing through many things. I mean, let's see. I'm trying to remember how I usually board. I think it's usually clicks. It's actually, I think sometimes it's clicks and remands out. I think we could actually, because the remands aren't necessarily great either. We're not really trying to. We're not really on that plan. We could do a couple remands, bring in a Baneslayer Angel. Yeah, this seems good. We have a couple of big guys to contend with their small guys. Baneslayer Angel flies over. Favorite dig through times. Restoration Angel. A couple of Aven Mindcensors. Additional Magma Sprays. Forked bolts. I mean, they're not amazing, but they do kind of play a lot of mana dorks, so we could end up getting good value out of them. And I guess that's it. Yeah, I'm good with this. So let's submit and play a game. Okay, so this hand has an early removal spell for a mana guy. It's got 3 fetches to power Dig Through Time and Geist. We're pretty short on removal, but we have all of our colors. We have a Geist. We have a removal spell. I'm partially tempted to mulligan, but I don't think we actually mulligan this hand. I think we keep this hand. Sorry, this thing was popping. mana. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep, and then we're gonna F6. Let our opponent do his thing. Hopefully, he plays a bird. We'll untap, get a mountain. Yeah. So we're gonna untap, get a mountain, and forked bolt that, and one to him. One to him. Do I have to click OK? Is that what's going on here? I guess I know that. Do the same thing with Electrolyze. That's kind of cool how, I mean, it's small point of damage, but I do like how, you know, in that case, Forked Bolt is better than Lightning Bolt because you deal just the right amount of damage to kill their Mana Dork, and then Voice Resurgence, and then you, so because we have, and then you still get to get a point of damage into them. Because we have 2 Geist of Traft, I'm sure he's going to untap and play a Pod or untap and play a Kitchen Finks, but given the opportunity, I will totally run a Geist of Traft into a Voice of Resurgence. If he doesn't, I guess it depends on how many creatures he has. I was going to say and then play another Geist, but so I think what we'll do with this Flooded Strand is probably get a Steam Vents. That'll give us double red. Another voice? Oh, okay, yeah. So Wall of Roots is 2. Confirms my question from earlier. We'll get a Steam Vents, and then we'll untap and play our Plains, and then we still have a Flooded Strand to get whatever other lands we want. Electrolyze is good, but we're definitely going to get Geist into play here. Actually, we have a Snapcaster Mage, so we do have access to Snap Forked Bolt if we need it. So if he plays a land, then he has the ability to... So this is probably going to be... Okay, yeah, it's Kitchen Finks. I was going to say it could be a Pod, but... it's interesting. So if he blocks with the Voice Token, then he gets a... I'm going to guess he's going to block with Voice. That seems like the most profitable thing to do. The Voice Token would at that point be a 3/3. The Voice Token would be a 3/3. Geist would be dead. We'd play another Geist, but now we still have this 3/3 to contend with. And we're only running 2... Well, we have plenty of other removal spells. If we... Let's see, we're 8... Dig Through Time costs 8. The Delve reduces it down to 5. If we fetch again and put a land in play, we can actually Delve at the end of his turn. Which maybe we do that. Maybe we just play our fetch, attack, let him block with whatever he blocks with, pass the turn. We have Remand if he plays something, assuming he blocks with Voice, and then at the end of turn we dig, find the removal spells that we need. That's a play. Another option is we just Electrolyze Voice of Resurgence now, which seems really bad. Then he gets a 3/3. But maybe he'll block with Finks. If he does block with Finks, I think we just let it happen, and then we can Electrolyze the Finks for 1 and him and get rid of the Finks. I think we're going to attack either way. We have another Geist, so let's just see. We've done a lot of thinking about what we could do depending on what line our opponent selects. So let's just see what he does. I'm guessing it's going to be the Voice, but he may want to gain life off the Kitchen Finks, so... I mean, the other option here is if he blocks with the Finks, then we just go Snapcaster Mage Forked Bolt and deal 1 to the Finks to finish it off and 1 to the guy's face. So I think this is probably better for us, I think. Actually, we can't dig through time at the end of his turn anyway because of Voice of Resurgence. Okay, so now I do think we want to get rid of the Electrolyze. I mean the Kitchen Finks. God, I wish we had. In this case, I wish we just had like a Forked Bolt in our hand. We could kill it, and then we could hold up Remand mana. We don't. We could also just play. Maybe the right play is actually just to play out another Geist of St. Traft. Yeah, I mean, I think we want to keep Geist. I think we just want to keep Geist on the field. That way, we can always be pressuring. Because right now, like, if we pass, if we kill Kitchen Finks, well, great, we killed it. But now we don't have the way we beat him on the battlefield. So I think it's correct to just play Geist, even though. I'm trying to say here. Even though he may be able to like pod and sack that Kitchen Finks, although he hasn't played a land yet, so it looks like he's probably hurting on lands. So we're also gonna fetch this Flooded Strand, which is gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in our graveyard, which means we can dig for 3. Love to do it at the end of our turn, but if we can get a path to exile and get rid of this Voice of Resurgence, that'd be sweet. Then we can do it at the end of our turn and use more mana. And this is gonna be great. But I mean, what's gonna be great is if I can untap actually and Electrolyze that Finks. And I think what we want. So we have double red. White. I think we're gonna get a Hallowed Fountain here. Yeah. Would really. So he's obviously hurting on mana. Gosh, we don't need to Electrolyze. We could just go like Snapcaster Mage Forked Bolt. We go Snapcaster Mage Forked Bolt, kill this and kill this. Then we actually get more power on the battlefield. So maybe that's actually what we want to do. I mean, Electrolyze does draw us another card. I don't want him to untap with this birds. He's hurting on mana. I want to like keep him off mana. If we kill those two things now, he's forced to the block with Voice of Resurgence, which it would be a 2/2. If we attack and he blocks with a Voice, and we Electrolyze Finks and Voice, then it's still too big. I'm just gonna Electrolyze because it puts something else in our graveyard, and it lets us see another card, which maybe it'll be a path, and maybe we just path the Voice, and then we're really happy. So that's what I'm gonna do. Electrolyze here. There's another dig. Well, let me see. Do we attack? We can't play. We can't play Restoration Angel at the end of his turn. I think in this case we don't, and the reason we don't is we untap. We let him do his thing, and then we just essentially just wait. We're waiting one turn. That way we can just attack and save Geist with Restoration Angel, and I think that's better. let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can actually dig for 2 now. Our opponent did play a land, so maybe that means a birthing pod is coming down. It's gonna get a kitchen finks, I'm gonna guess. I mean, so this is interesting. We could dig, but it doesn't mean we're going to find a path. We're at 13. He's got 6 power right now. So we attack him. He goes to 10. We're kind of losing that race. But then we do have Restoration Angel does give us a blocker. I'm going to attack. No blocks. Alright. Well, in that case, we're just going to pass, and we're going to dig through. We're going to plan to dig through time. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, but we can pay 4, so we can actually just get rid of everything but the Forked Bolt and the Electrolyze. So he's going to pod the bird away. It'd be nice if we had 1 more mana, because we could actually maybe we you know what I think we do? I think we actually just you know, if we're going to do it that way, we could just do it now. What I'm saying is that I think that we should pay 3 for a dig through time, so we have to exile 5 things. So we do Electrolyze, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We do everything but the Forked Bolt in case we need it later. Dig, see if we get a path. If we do, we can go ahead and path this Elemental right now, and then he can still get Kitchen Finks into 4. What does he get into 4? I mean, 4 could be bad because it could be a Restoration Angel. I mean, maybe we just pass the Kitchen Finks. That way, we can. I think that's better because I think he has less. I think he has worse. He has much worse options potting the Elemental token into 1. So we kill the Kitchen Finks. Then, assuming we find a path, then we can untap Snapcaster Mage, kill something else. So let's dig. Let's get rid of Electrolyze, Flooded Strand, Geist of St. Traft, Flooded Strand, and Arid Mesa. I mean, the other option here is that we don't worry about keeping the Forked Bolt. But I think we do. I think we want something in there for a Snapcaster Mage. If we do the 4, and we still have to use blue, we have to use 3 mana. The thing is, if we do see like a bolt in a path, then we can kill Wall of Roots, path, Kitchen Finks. Maybe that's better. And then his only sack outlet options are Birds of Paradise and this Elemental. Okay, we'll give that a try. We're going to delve all of it away. Or, yeah. So we're digging for crap. I'm kind of tempted to... I'm going to take this Restoration Angel for sure. And I'm going to take a Sulfur Falls, I think. We don't really have much to be... We have nothing to be Snapcastering here. And getting another land in play would be nice. I don't want to... Yeah, I'll just take the Sulfur Falls. And then I'm going to put them on the wood bottom. Okay, well there was a dig, but we didn't find what we were looking for. Okay. So for what I'm guessing he's just gonna... I don't know if he plays Angel, but obviously an Angel would be great because it'll reset this Kitchen Finks again. Murderous Red Cap is 4 too, also. I don't know what version of pot he's on, I'm not really sure. I'm guessing Malaria. Yeah, okay, so you got a Restoration Angel, that's pretty gross. Yeah, so the dig was the right play, we just didn't find what we want. And I think the dig for maybe a Bolt and a Path was correct, but we are running a lot less paths now. That many forks may just be too many. There is a path. So we're going to play our Sulfur Falls, and I think we're going to path the Finks, untap, or we're going to path the Finks, Snapcaster Mage, path the Restoration Angel, and attack. Is that right? There is a 5/5 elemental. Yeah, we'll just block the elemental with a Snapcaster Mage, assuming he doesn't have a removal spell. Path. Yeah. Okay. So let's just do these things. Path that. Snapcaster Mage for path to Exile. Path that. Move to combat. He may not block with the wall because he may be afraid of a bolt to finish it off. I hope he doesn't, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's probably I think it's right too. That way you're not dead on the next attack. But a bolt we do not have. Still, I feel like going to be difficult to beat our opponent. I mean, he can pot away Wall of Roots into another Kitchen Finks, putting him back up to 10. And Gavin is really obviously a strong play. Well, I think that we chump. I'm guessing he's got a plan for a blocker, probably pot away Wall of Roots. Her Kitchen Finks. I mean, we're not out of the game yet. We do have some Restoration Angels that will allow us to swing into things. Siege Rhino. Man. It's a pretty good card, even in Modern, I guess. Man, this deck has a lot of life gain now. You know, the fact that if a lot of pod lists are running Siege Rhinos, then I think that makes Batterskull not as good as it was before. Again, in this matchup. I'm not saying it's bad, but, you know, before it was great because, look, they, you know, a lot of times their guys are little dinky guys, and maybe they get an elemental. They only get elemental if they're lucky, if we can exile it. So I think that the third path is probably better. So, do you pot away Siege Rhino into Angel, or do you pot away Raw of Roots into Kitchen Finks and make it just impossible to kill you? The bird for a voice, I guess. Oh, Scavenging News. That seems pretty good. Eat the things in our graveyard so that we cannot delve and gain life. So gross. It's like a Lightning Helix. Lightning Helix is when it enters the battlefield, and you get a 4/5. So it's literally a 4/5 for 4 with an ETB of Lightning Helix to your opponent's face. Pretty strong. All right, so we got a bolt. We are dead. Well, yeah, we're dead. I mean, we can push 4 damage through, and then no, we're dead. I mean, we could attack and then kill what he blocks with a lightning bolt, and then play a Restoration Angel, but we're dead. If we could get us, if we had one more mana to get like a Snapcaster Mage and a Restoration Angel into play, then maybe we might be able to survive. But I mean, the best that we could possibly do this turn is 10, and it's not going to be enough. Of course, he's going to block Geist. Because we can attack, the Angel gets in for 4, puts him at 9, and then Bolt Snap Bolt puts him at 3. I don't think, it's just not enough. We're dead to any damage. Like right, if we're gonna run out of time, so I'm just gonna go to the next game because I don't think we're winning this one. Let me know if I made a mistake there, but I think I'm fine with our board. Submit. Still trying to think about that match. I could put him to 3, but then he untap and have tons of options. There's really, I mean, we could have like let him attack, block with Geist, blinked it with Restoration Angel so it didn't die. But then we're taking 2 then. We'd have to, flash and Restoration Angel unblock with both things. And even if we had one more mana, so we go Flash and Restoration Angel and a Snapcaster Mage and block with everything, our board is dead. And then we're just probably going to die the turn after that. So did not seem great. I'm wondering where we went wrong, where our mistakes were in that last match. I think it was right to play Geist when we did. I mean, that's usually the right thing. I mean, we effectively had him at 3, so I guess it's just that playing that Siege Rhino. It would have been nice to hold up a Remand. He may have had enough lands at that point to replay it. I don't remember. Yes, we're gonna play first. Maybe we can just win this game in the back of Baneslayer Angel. I doubt it, but we have 3 lands, a removal spell. It's a slow hand, but we are on the play, so we can Celestial Colonnade, and if he plays a Mana Dork, we can shock ourselves with Sacred Foundry and kill it. So there's that. We're gonna keep. Colonnade, go. Colonnade, go. Happens a lot. In paper. And online. We may also just get Thought Seized, and that would be good. Oh, we're getting Thought Seized. Let the hand shredding begin. Probably just gonna be Baneslayer Angel. Actually, it could just be Lightning Helix. It might interfere with his plans. Baneslayer Angel is quite a ways off, so probably feels like don't have to deal with that right now. That's what I guess anyway. No, I did take the Baneslayer Angel. Well, dang it, we can't find out how good that is in this matchup now. We're gonna play Flooded Strand. Our opponent knows what's in our hand. Wall of Roots. So this will be a Steam Vents. And this will be this guy. Top deck Geist, always the best. But we are lacking some paths, and so here's something to think about. This Forked Bolt could have been a path. 50-50 chance. It could have been the Forked Bolt or the other path. So let's see what happens. Are we going to be sad that we are playing that many Forked Bolts? Obviously, we know that it's not the greatest in this matchup. It's even worse in this matchup with. I mean, it's not terrible in the matchup, but having the less number of paths in the matchup is not ideal. Oh crap! Well, it's looking terrible now. I think we raise here. I think we attack with Geist and then end of turn Helix him. Yeah, I mean we're not going to beat a Thrun unless we can race it. So what we're going to do is, I mean, we're probably just going to lose to that Thrun the last troll. Because I'm sure he has a Kitchen Finks in his hand. Alright. What we want next turn is a land. Kitchen Finks. It's going to have to take a counter off all the roots. Or just... Alright, so we want to Helix him now. We can have 6. Oh man, Spellskite. I mean, he's gonna have to take. We can Helix him. I don't see why not. He redirects to Spellskite. We still gain 3 life. He goes to 6. We go to 19. Yeah, Baneslayer would have been... I mean, he may have had a removal spell, but Baneslayer would have been pretty sweet. I mean, we're not necessarily out of the woods yet, but we're getting close. Meaning, we're not necessarily out of the woods, but we're getting close to being trapped in the woods. Things are not going our way. Siege right now. Well, we don't have anything for you. We just have all of our restoration angels. So what do we use the path on? I'm really tempted to use this path on Spellskite, but let's see. We're on we get, if we path voice, out of here voice, we're taking 6. So we go to 7, and then we'll go to 1, assuming he doesn't get any additional things onto the battlefield. If we path the Spellskite, we're taking 8, and then we're dead next turn. So I think we just have to path the voice, unfortunately. Yeah, because we path it. You can attack us for 6, we go to 7, you attack us for 6 again, and we're still alive. So that's what we have to do. I'm just gonna F6 here. Oh, duh. That was still the right play, actually. I wasn't thinking for a second, but we made him take 2 so that he could path away, so that he could redirect path, which, knowing that it would have been wrong to path the Spellskite directly. We want to make him pay the life. Just, I'm like deep in the tank trying to figure out how we're gonna win, which we're not gonna win now. Definitely not gonna win. Oh man. All right. Well, poop. It's not my favorite thing to post videos in which I lose, but you know what? It happens. Part of magic. I'm looking forward. Hopefully, you guys will take a look, and I'm looking forward to your analysis on, maybe you guys can recognize a play mistake where I actually could have turned this loss into a win. I'm dying to see if you guys discover that, because off the top of my head, I can't think of where it is. Also, I mean, against Delver, I think that the forked bolts are great. Against Pod, I think maybe having the 1 forked bolt and 3 is okay. But maybe if we're going to do this arrangement, if we're going to continue to try to do this arrangement, I think only running 2 paths is a little too greedy on the not run paths side of things. At the very least, I think you'd want to find a path somehow on our board. But what we probably really want to do is probably, I mean, I don't have my notes up anymore, but Pod is the 3rd most played deck, I think. So what we probably want to do is we probably just want to do this. What I had basically said in my video before. I mean, we could try running a lightning bolt. Take out a lightning bolt for... No, I'm not going to do that. I hate the idea of cutting bolts and helixes from this deck. I mean, one option is we could cut 1 more Electrolyze in flavor of another Forked Bolt, or we could just cut the Electrolyze and have a Forked Bolt, 4 pass and 4 bolts. Let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of curious what your opinions are. I think Baneslayer would have been fantastic. Well, we got land screwed. Baneslayer would have been great. Actually, that's what really happened to us that game, I guess. Maybe if we hadn't been dead on land so many turns, we could have potentially followed up that burn. We did get him to 8 at one point. We could have probably resolved an Angel. Maybe we would have won. I think Baneslayer looked pretty good, assuming he didn't have a removal spell, which didn't look like he did in hand at the time because he thought he used to get about to get rid of it. Anyway, I'll get this posted up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, one other comment. Batterskull. Yeah, not as good against Pod if they're running Siege Rhinos. I mean, sure, we can potentially equip it to Geist to St. Traft, but Siege Rhino, we gain life, but then he Batterskull on his own isn't good enough. Maybe we do want to give this a try, or maybe we just swap them out. I remember there just wasn't a whole lot of decks that dealt with Baneslayer. I'm gonna give it a try, main. I can't tell you the last time I actually ran Baneslayer in the main board. With all the green-black decks running around, there was plenty of ways for it to die. Also, obviously it dies to like any deck running white. But most of the decks right now are, the only deck with black in it is Pod, and all the other ones are, just blue-red. So, anyway, all right, that's what we're going to do. We're going to give this a try. Let me know how you guys feel about the Electrolyze and the Forked Bolt and all that stuff. So I'm really saying goodbye this time. Good night, guys. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later.